Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody. This is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody. This is Yazira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody. This is Russell Taylor.
Hey, guys. What's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody. This is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone. This is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Eames IV.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, wait a second. This is Noel Gordon.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bass Entertainment Podcast. It's your host, Troy Saunders here. Yeah. Gotta give myself a little love. You know how that is. I know. You'll say, wait a second, about time you come back. Yeah, I skipped a week. Last week I had so much going on that I didn't do a podcast last week. But I'm back. And I'm back even stronger than I was before because the artist that we have on today, let me tell you, her voice is like Anita Baker, Gladys Knight, Sade. I mean, it's CeCe Winans, all these people just rolled up into one buttery roll, and I just love her. Her name is Michon Young, yeah. Now, before we talk to Michon, I want to play a song called Ooh. But in case you didn't know what we do here, let's say you only tuning in because you knew Michon was going to be on. Let me tell you what we do here. We present the best in indie soul, jazz, R&B, inspirational, and house music. And, you know, what better artist than Michon to talk about? Because her music involves all those genres. I haven't heard house yet, but the rest of those are all in there. You know, I mean, she does a little jazz and stuff, a little soul, a little R&B, definitely inspirational. You know, so yeah, we gonna have a good time today. And so like I said before we even start to talk, before we start this conversation, I'm gonna play a song from one of her albums from 2017, and I thought it would be a good introduction song. It's simply called Ooh.
Can't seem to get enough of you. Didn't think that I could love you more than I do. But every day it just gets stronger, baby. Who knew that I'd find someone who simply makes me say, ooh, I'm just head over heels in love with you. You get me, you thrill me, baby. You make me smile, I feel brand new. My lonely days are through. The dream of something real is finally coming true. My longing for good love is long overdue. Wasn't looking when I know I came. And all I can say is simply my love is good. Head over heels in love with you. You get me, you thrill me, baby. You make me smile.
You know that's fire. That's just one of my favorite songs by her. I love that song right there. You know, oh my goodness. Ooh, simply titled. And it's off of Love, Life, and Experiences, Volume 1. And it's from 2017. So going out there and support. You notice I didn't play the whole thing because I wanted to leave your tongue hanging out a little bit. I want your, wanting a little bit more. And in order to get a little bit more, you got to go and support. Okay? So going over to whatever your streaming platform is. And I'm going to speak to Michon and ask if she has any ways that she can be compensated, be it a CD, album, downloads where you have to purchase. We're going to talk about all that, all right? So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to singer, songwriter, producer, the beautiful and talented Michon Young.
Hey, Troy. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Oh, please. My pleasure. My pleasure. How are you doing this fine day? I hear it's a little wet over there in Detroit.
Yeah. It is storming in Detroit, and looking out my window, hoping that the power does not go out. But yeah, it's and I like the rain, so this is my type of weather. I like to relax and ride a little bit, So this is good. This is good. I just don't like to be out in it.
Right. You're getting your energy though from inside.
Yeah.
We can look out the window and enjoy it. Oh my goodness. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And we're going to go back a little bit. Jay's like, in case you don't know, Jay Ross, the boss, is a great independent artist, promoter. And we converse all the time. And he puts me on to a lot of artists. And when I told him that Michon was going to be on, he said, I can't wait for that episode, because what I love about what you do, Troy, is you go into the archives and you dig stuff up.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, it's some songs I hadn't heard that in a minute, so it was good hearing something from a catalog, and it's still, I don't know, it's still interesting to say catalog, because that's crazy to me that I have a somewhat of a catalog, but I'm thankful that you're digging in it.
Oh, please. When I found the first one, now you see, I was telling Jay also that I found it difficult to find The Promise, the first album from 2011. And I was like, why can't I find this album? And, I Googled it and it came up on Apple Music. But if you go to Apple Music and just put in the title, it doesn't come up. You got to Google it, and then it kind of puts you in back way or something like that. But then you can only do it if you purchase it. So see, that's a good idea though, because now I purchased it.
Oh, did you? I would have sent that to you. You didn't have to purchase that.
Oh, no, I'm supporting.
Yeah, that was out in 2011. And, just learning how to do stuff back then. And in fact, I am really seriously considering re-releasing that, a remastered version with some other new gospel projects at the end of the year. So, yeah, that's going to come back up.
Oh, but you say you were just filling it out. That thing is out of sight. I mean, The Promise, I heard The Voice, Always, remember? All those songs are just incredible. I think that's some of your best work, that first one.
My son says that, and I feel that because it came from a real place, not to get in deep spiritually, but during that time, I went through a 30-day fast, and that song was written within that 30-day period. It was birthed out of a place of growing, trying to figure out what's next. And that was my very first project. Had no idea that I would be doing anything still. That was something I just felt a tugging of the heart to just write what I was feeling during that 30-month period. And then it was the suggestion of my son, who was much younger than, Mom, you need to put this in an album. And I did. And then from then on, that's the first time that my music was exposed to the UK. To this day, I still don't know how it got over there. I didn't have any marketing plan. I didn't have any strategy whatsoever. Didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew I had something in the heart that I wanted to share. And the rest was definitely God's doing. So.
Amen. Well, the good thing about it is that when you put out something good, it would get to the ears that need to hear it. And today's technology, all you have to do is put it out there, and the internet will carry it. especially, the good stuff. You put it out there, and the UK is always the first people to listen to stuff. I find it so, I found it heartbreaking a little bit that good music has to go to the UK first before the United States, jumps on the bandwagon. The music is being, a lot of it is being made here. I mean, there's some great UK artists also, but a lot of great music is being made here, but we are not showing it the love here. But the UK, you can go over there and they will show you love on your music over there.
Oh man, it's such an amazing feeling. I had no idea the love that they have for R&B music, for soul music. I've seen videos and stuff over the years and clips and so forth of a lot of people doing big things over there. But I did not have any idea until I performed over there for the first time that they really embrace, you feel, like a rock star as an indie artist when you go over there because they're wanting to talk to you. They're listening to what you're saying. They love, to just reach out and touch and they make you feel as they really appreciate your music and they make you feel very, very special. They were the absolute first that embraced my sound, my music, and I think it's a love affair that will never end.
No, it won't.
At least on my end.
No, it won't because a lot of artists tell me, say, you know what, you can go to the UK and still see some of the old artists on big venues.
Oh yeah.
Artists you thought,
sure.
wait, fact, they still alive? Yeah, they still alive.
A couple of shows I was thinking about going to, where they're having Melissa Morgan, I think Adina Howard. I mean, it's just a lot, just a plethora on a big platform over there. But they're heavily into the old school music. And it's almost like it's fresh. It's still fresh. They still vibe to it. They still want to hear it. They still request it. They still call into, the radio stations to hear it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
You know what? Melissa Morgan is there right now. Her and Allison Williams overseas right now.
Oh, are they? Are they
doing some shows? So you mentioned them. I said, yeah, they're over there kicking it in the butt right now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that, it's not forgotten. Those people paved the way in so many different ways. And for them to still get their just due abroad, it's sad that it has to be abroad. I'd love to see them on BET, I'd love to see them on our platforms here, but thankfully they are still being embraced heavily abroad. And I love to see that. I love to see that.
Yes. You just made me think of something because I haven't been to the Essence Fest in years. And recently I said, well, let's see who the lineup is. And I saw the lineup. I was like, oh no, they are not promoting us like that anymore. They not doing it. It was strictly hip hop all the way up and down, just about. And I was like, wow.
What happened to the grown folks? What happened? What happened to? And I'm not knocking hip hop. I mean, I still listen to a bit, myself, a certain selection, certain artists. But what's happened to it? It's not the feel of yesterday where you had the crooners. You had the real folks that sang from the gut. And I'm not suggesting that the newer artists or hip hop artists don't, but I am suggesting that it's a forgotten market that it's just out there, and it's like. Where did it go, and why is it forgotten?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's the Essence Festival. It's room for everybody. If you're gonna do it right, Essence, do a little hip hop, do a little R&B, do a little old school, mix it up. That's how you used to do it.
Yep. Yep.
So
I'm just wondering what happened, who changed, that whole structure, because it's just, it's different. It's a different feel altogether, not just musically, but the feel itself. of the Essence Festival. It's just a little different, the last several years. So just interesting.
I don't know. I think it's, I guess they call themselves maybe changing with the times and drawing the younger audience. But I don't know. We're not down to US.
I know a lot of grown folks still go, but when they come back, they go for the experience, I think now, but, not so much as it used to be, making sure you're going to see all of the wonderful, artists, back in the day, Luther and just a whole bunch of people that you just, now you don't see the same caliber of talent, I think, to a certain degree that you did years ago.
I agree. And it was a place where you can go and feel like you were one with other people. You were like-minded people. You weren't someplace where you feel like a fight might break out.
Right.
Everybody was well behaved and showing love towards one another. It was all about the love. Now I feel the love is kind of lacking there. It's not as much.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll come back around. That's what happens sometimes in this crazy world of ours. So maybe people they'll get the thoughts and opinions of the grown and mature who want to see just include us, and not just them, but include us also in that mix. So maybe they'll get the message, and sooner than later.
Yeah, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the positive stuff.
It's still positive because it's all love.
It's love.
It's just constructive feedback. It's all love.
That's right. I'm not hating. I just want you to include everybody.
Right.
That's all.
Right. That's all. It's all good.
So I wanted to play a little bit of The Promise also, because when I hear that the introduction gives me Anita Baker, Rhythm of Love. And it gives you that, it gives me that feel, I just love, and the lyrics behind it, your lyrics are incredible. I love the feeling behind the lyrics of the song. And I know you write all those lyrics, correct?
I do. I write all of my songs. Many are from personal experiences or from experiences that I see. But again, that whole That's in the Promise project is just very personal. And it just is one of my favorite. And actually, that's one of my favorite songs, too. That was the very first track that I made off of that project. So it's a special place in my heart with that one.
Yeah. And is that Pastor Marvin Winans talking in the beginning?
Pastor Marvin Winans. Just an incredible that name alone, the whole Winans family. But yes, that is Pastor Marvin Winans, who was also my pastor, and I was blessed to be able to sing with him.
So you just wind up being initially one of the patrons in the church and in the choir.
Do you know, I actually have belonged to that church for 7 years. I was the hospitality person, one of the hospitality people. So I had the sash on, and I greeted people as they came in the door. And so for 7 years, I sat outside of serving on the hospitality department and public relations department. I sat in the balcony in the last row. And that's for 7 years. That was my role, just to serve and to come to service. And it wasn't until 7 years after being there that I felt a tugging of the heart to start singing again. And at that point, I was heavily involved in my career. I was a leader in human resources, and I had a very demanding job. So it was really I'm just joining the choir. And I joined the choir. I sat in the very last row in choir rehearsal. I wasn't trying to, showcase any vocal ability. I was just doing what I felt led to do. And I'm like, okay, God, I did it. I'm at rehearsal. So let that be it. Cause I'm not trying to do anything else. But to make a long story short, I remember I think it was probably the fourth or fifth rehearsal. And this young lady that was sitting next to me, her name was Kim Reed. And she said, I think this lady has a voice, next to me. And about 2 rehearsals later, Pastor Winans had come in, and he would periodically come through the rehearsals, and he asked if I could lead a song. He asked the choir director if I could lead a song, and that was. From then on, I started leading songs, and I got back in that. And then I remember probably about not even, maybe a year later, he gave me a call personally and said, I'd love, for you to be one of my background singers. Now, mind you, it's a big, big church, and a lot of people, I won't say a lot, a number of people will come to kind of see what can be done musically with Pastor Winans, but that was just never a plan or a mission of mine. So, getting the call, I'd never done anything professionally at all, ever. I've been writing since, the age of 12, but these were just journals or poems or a love story or melodies that I would just think of, but never thought of doing anything professional. I did, however, always say if I ever did anything musically, I would start off with something gospel, which is what I did ultimately with Possession of Promise. But that's how that whole thing came about. It was just me being in choir rehearsal, someone saying, I think she could sing. And then from then on, the tugging of the heart, was even more of, okay, because I'm a runner. I've been running from singing for a long time. In all honesty, in all transparency, I enjoyed, what I was doing in corporate America. And I really thought that that's where I was going to be for the rest of my life. But there was also this thing that just would not go away. And it had to do with love and inspiration. And it just never would escape me. So once once my son was older, I think the tug became stronger. And I ultimately decided, I'm going to go full throttle and do this love and inspiration thing. And I've been doing it ever since.
And doing it well.
Hello, everybody. This is Ricky Jones. And you listen to my brother, Troy Saunders, on Bias Entertainment.
So question, did you sing any choirs as a child, or it was just something that you loved to do at home? So how did you know?
I grew up in the church. I had no choice. My mother was the minister of music. My grandmother was one of the mothers in the church, and she also sang and she preached. And so I grew up in the church. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, Westside CME Church. And so I was an usher. I was in the choir. I had no choice but to be in the choir. So gospel definitely was a staple, in my life and growing up. And it was just not an option in my household. You were going to go to church and you were going to sing in the choir. And you were also going to serve in whatever else they need you, janitor, whatever.
Right. Serving Sunday dinner.
Yeah. Sunday, Sundays, I don't know what, I didn't know what was like to have Sundays to yourself, because Sundays from 6 a.m. to 4 and 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, that was church. That was Sundays. And Saturdays were choir rehearsal. So that was my world growing up.
Mm-hmm. So, so you already had that background of singing in the church. You just said, well, I just want to be in the choir. I'm just going to keep it low. But, good things rise to the top. People say, I can wait a second, she's doing something over here. She's not just singing. So
I think it scared me, honestly, to do anything. You would hear professional horror stories about those who pursued, professional careers in entertainment. And my mom was a stickler on education. She was a stickler on me going to school and going to college and getting my degree and making sure I had a job and good benefits. My dad was the one who really wanted me to veer into singing and writing. And he's the first that really said, you've got something to say at such a young age. Because I was writing stuff about even relationships I would see in my family, divorces and whatever. I was writing about what was happening at 12 and 13. And my dad, who was my best friend, would read them, and some things I would just have melodies and would sing. And he would just say, I really wish you would consider this and pursue it. So it was a battle between my dad and my mom won. And I just kind of pushed that aside. She just didn't want to have anything or wanted me to have anything to do with the entertainment world. And so, later in life, I ended up pursuing, something that my dad is, unfortunately, he was not able to be alive to see it, but I dedicate so much to him and wish he was here, because he was the one who really thought years ago that I should have just been pursuing something, in the musical field or entertainment for some time.
Yeah, I see you have a song dedicated to him on the album. Rest in peace, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah. I sure do. Don't make me cry. That is something that I dedicated to him, and every performance I pretty much dedicate to him because he wanted it so badly for me. He wanted me to do this, in such a big way, and even as an indie artist, just the fact that music is out there, he would really, really be pleased to see that I did something that he desired for me. So that song is special.
Yes, I know it is. And then I think about you did this now. Maybe this is a time for you. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to do it when you were younger. You had to go through your experiences and go through what you want to go through and, raise your son and all that type of stuff. And now is your time.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that it wasn't meant for me to do it then. And it actually is meant for me to do it the way that I'm doing it now, in that there's not a lot of there's not a lot of red tape that I have to go through to do something from the heart. People don't always gravitate towards message music or inspirational. And if you're, with a label or you're in a massive state, they kind of tell you what you have to do or what will be released, what will be shelved or whatever. And who knows, maybe there would have been another direction that God did not intend me to take had I pursued it, earlier in life. So I absolutely believe that where I am now is where I'm supposed to be. And I'm comfortable, even in this small indie world. I'm comfortable where it is. And I just thank God every day that people are embracing the music.
Oh, yeah. So, we still going to play The Promise. We're going to give you a little bit of Promise, okay? This is off the first album in 2011. And the whole album is beautiful. Her voice is incredible. The musicianship is great. And I just want to play a couple of songs off it. So we're going to start with The Promise, okay?
The Promise of a Father. The Promise of a Father. The Promise of a Father. For a subtopic, just look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, Daddy said he would. And I will make my covenant between me and thee. That's enough to fall out. that you have gotten the attention of God till God makes a covenant with you and him. I will pronounce upon you the promise.
Told me if I would just say yes. Told me you would do the rest. To just believe in all you said, and the promise will surely come to pass. Yes. I'm starting out this journey, not much I'm knowing, though many doubting. Well, I'll keep on going. May not be easy, quite hard at times, but I'll make it through, 'cause you are by my side. Oh, you made it. Oh, you made a promise to me. Lord, I believe. You made a promise. I believe. You made a promise to me. You made. The road's been long, I must confess. Through many trials and many tests, what it keeps me going and going strong is a word I heard that I'm dependent on. Oh, Lord, you made a promise to me. You made a promise to me.
Yeah. I just love it. I even hate to fade that one. Oh my God. And the beginning, the word, and then the feeling behind it. That's a beautiful song. And you have part 2 on it on the latest album.
Yeah. I kind of remixed it a little bit. I've got, so it's the promise. It's just remixed, and I just updated it and put a little more flavor into it. But yes, it's still got the same sound. You know, it's just the same. I'll say the same feeling with a little bit of a different sound.
I love that song. I got to play something else over here.
My favorites too.
Yeah, I mean, please. How can it not? Let me tell you, if you're not feeling what we're playing today, you're on the wrong podcast, y'all. Because this is what we do over here. You know, we give you the best, and this is the best right here. So, check. I'm gonna play one more for you. I want to play "Always Remember." So we're gonna play that one, then we're gonna come back and chat some more. I'm just going to give you a little bit of the stuff off the album from 2011. And then we're gonna. I can play a few more songs, but I won't. And then we're gonna move on to the next project until we make our way to the latest one. So, okay, is that good? You got time for that?
I got time for that. I absolutely got time. You're making me smile with all these flashbacks from when I wrote these songs. It's something else. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. So this is Always Remember, y'all.
He is all your cares, and he's Ooh, well, he is all yes, and he's always there. Always remember that those clouds would sing so great will not always stay that way, for he's seen your tears.
Yeah. You know who I can hear singing these also? I mean, I hear, Paulette McWilliams?
Sounds familiar.
Paulette McWilliams. She used to sing with Luther. She's one of the Luther background singers, Marvin Gaye background singer. She was the original singer with Rufus and Shaka. Rufus before Shaka Khan came on. She the one that brought Shaka into Rufus. Matter of fact, she was on a podcast also not too long ago. And she has... Oh, yeah, check her out. She's an incredible artist, and her voice is rich like yours and sultry and full of colors, just like yours. And I mean, I hear Paulette McWilliams. You haven't heard of her, but listen to her a little bit, and you'll be like, oh my God, she has a new album out too, a latest album out. And
I will definitely check that out.
She's an incredible artist, and she's been around for a long time, and she's still doing it, looking good and sounding good. So shout out to Paulette McWilliams. Love you, girl. So yeah, I hear that sound in your voice, as well as to Anita. And I know you love Gladys because you have remade a couple of Gladys' songs.
Well, I'll say this, those remakes were certainly not my doing in terms of me initiating those. I was asked to do those, both of them by Platinum Vibe Recordings, and every year they do just various artists, indie artists, like they've done CeCe Peniston and Teresa Griffith. And so they have a collection of artists that they just use every year for covers, and they'll choose the covers and then they'll ask the particular artist. So I got a call on both occasions. The first time I absolutely said no, absolutely no. I will, I am not going to make any attempts on Miss Gladys Knight's songs. But they were so convincing and so supportive that I ultimately, decided to do it. And so both of those, I never would have initiated any cover songs by, especially Miss Gladys Knight, but by the convincing of Chris Clay and his entire team, I did attempt to do two covers by Miss Knight. So it wasn't me though. Wasn't me. I did not decide or initiate those requests.
Well, you did a great job on them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Miss Gladys, they call you.
I tried. You just sometimes don't want to touch anything that's classic, or as I say, sometimes touch the integrity of classics. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I think people can do so much to a classic where you just kind of distort it. It's almost like, why would you do that? So I try to not necessarily, put too much of me on it, and try to just stay within the structure, which is already perfect as it is.
The only person I know that really has that knack of changing was Luther. He'll change. You wouldn't even know the original song after he finished singing it. You think about House Is Not a Home, God. If Anyone Had a Heart, and all those. He was like, what? Creeping.
I don't think people even listen to that. For many people, that is the original. Those are the, It's so Luther Vandross was just absolutely amazing at taking a song and making it brand new. Oh my gosh, A House Is Not a Home, and well, I'll just say I was clueless in terms of the original. I had not heard the original. So when my dad, who also was a DJ growing up, when he was, started exposed me as, when Luther came out, he's like, let you hear the original. And I'm like, what? That's not it. But he by far is the only artist, to the best of my knowledge, or what I feel, could really take a song and just make it completely his own.
Yes. You like, you hear those songs, you're like, wait a second, that sounds familiar, but what does the original sound like? Those words sound familiar, but that melody is different. Something's going on. And then
right. Now, Whitney Houston did. Now, she did what I Will Always Love You. Yeah. Now, she's another one who took Dolly Parton's song and just slaughtered, just murdered.
Murder. Nobody ever needs to sing it again.
Mm-mm.
Just leave it alone.
Never. Leave it alone.
Just leave it be.
Hey, this is Lettucey, and I love the Bass Entertainment Podcast, hosted by my friend Troy Saunders. Listening experiences for the indie artist aficionado.
I'm going to move on to Something About You. I love this song also. And this came out in 2016. You had a little break there.
Yeah, well, what happened? Honestly, when I released Possessing the Promise, that was supposed to be one and done. I felt it was in my heart to do it. I did it. And I always said, if I ever did anything, that it would be a gospel. My first would be something gospel, because my background, but I wasn't, trying to be a gospel artist. I just wanted to release, that was my way of paying homage, and that's why I did that. But I thought it was done. I thought I was going to be completely done. And then life happened. Life was lifing. And after that album, I'd gone through a divorce, and there were many experiences in going through a divorce that I wrote about, and at the time, I was not thinking of doing anything musically at all. I was just kind of penning thoughts. But then after that, I ended up meeting someone. And after a year, probably 6 months to a year, we realized that we had a really strong common interest in music. And that's when I started writing again and said, okay, I think I'm going to write about love, about life, and experiences. And that's literally how that came about. And he and I have been every project since then. He, who is now my husband, we have focused on just love, life, and experiences that the everyday grown person probably, experiences as well. And That's Something About You was written primarily for the person that I ended up marrying. Salt and Pepper Goatee is one of the lyrics in that. And that was the very first R&B song that I released, Something About You, in 2016.
And you know what? I was feeling that when I was listening to the music. I said, well, it sounds like she's going through a divorce on this one. It sounds like she's breaking up on this part. And then it says, oh, wait a second, somebody else came back into the life now. It's exactly what
a lot of things happened between 2011 and 2016. And so I wrote about it.
I wrote about it. You want to hear it? Here you go.
That first album was all about what I was going through, from leaving the old to experiencing the new.
Divided attention and
Yeah, all of that. Wow. Yeah, guilty.
So we're going to play Something About You,
Let's do that.
Let's play it.
you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Salt and pepper gold teeth, signs of your maturity. So grown and sexy, so pleasing to my eye. Ooh, attractive, seductive, smooth fines. You girls don't have to try. You got it all naturally inside. Your eyes, your smile, always drives me wild. You're just so smooth, and this is for the cool in you. Hey, it's something, 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 yeah. Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Something so smooth about you, boy. Yeah. Something so cool about you, boy. Ooh, you're smelling good, boy. So fresh, so clean. Your style of dress, boy, you impress. Looking your best to me. None compares.
You know, I had to let that play a little long. Yes. Like I said, what I love is that your songs are so heartfelt, you know, and the mellowness of it. And I mean, I love a good heartfelt song, a song that, you know, makes you feel, you know, makes you think, makes you feel. And your music does that for me, you know?
Wow. I appreciate you saying that, you know, real talk. That's really what it's about for me. You know, I want to express my music in a way that it is felt in the heart, you know. I sing from a real place, you know, real experiences, or I sing from a place of what I think or imagine that feeling would be like, whether I've gone through it or not. So when I hear comments that say, you know, it makes me feel a certain kind of way, then I just, you know, I blush because that really is what I really have tried and am trying to do musically, you know, and each step of the way, you know, trying to get better at it. But yeah, that makes me feel good when you say that.
Well, it's true. You know, you can feel the love. Yeah. And that's what love is what I love. I've always been a sucker for love songs. Always. You know, I remember I was a little kid and you know, everybody would listen to the, you know, disco songs, man. They said, what do you listen to? I'm like Eloise Laws and, you know, Gene Con and, you know. They're like, who? Yuck. You know, I wanted something that was going to make me cry. You know, I mean, even when I would listen to Stevie Wonder's "Isn't She Lovely," I cried on that song when I was a kid. My father, what part was you over there crying about? I'm like, it's just so beautiful. He's singing about his daughter, and she's in the bathtub. Yeah, come on, baby, get on out. That made me cry.
Oh, but you know what? You know, that's what love songs, they should really make you feel a certain kind of way. And that's what I like to sing about them. You know, honest to goodness, I was approached by one particular label who said I sang too much about love, and who said that, you know, they wanted breakup songs. And there was, you know, a certain type of style that they wanted. And as much as I think, you know, I kind of was thinking maybe this might really help expose what I'm trying to do. But I couldn't write about just the bad experiences, about love. Not to say that, it's got to be, it's going to be smooth and it's going to be wonderful and it's going to be loving all the time. But I just don't want to put out music that focuses on the bad side of anything. We got enough out there, and I don't knock it, but when I want people to listen to my music and I want them to listen to it and feel better after having listened to it. If you cry, I want it to be a good cry, a good old cry about, oh Lord, thank you. And oh Lord, you brought me through, or, oh, I just love him or her so much. And this makes my heart love them even more. That's what I want my music to represent, So I love songs. I grew up loving like Nat King Cole and all those stuff. I used to listen to a lot of just love melodic songs because they were soothing to me. I was an only child for 16 years, so all I had was music and me. And what my dad and my mom played primarily were love songs. They really played a lot of love songs. I never heard about all of the, other stuff or junk, because there's been junk. And I think we might say that it's no junk. It wasn't junk when we were growing up, but there was junk out there too. And there was junk then, lyrically, I think to a certain extent. But what they played in our household were things that were loving, that were soothing, that made my heart feel a certain kind of way, that made them dance. And look at each other a certain kind of way. And I just grew up, just loving love songs and love music.
I'm with you on that one 100%. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, love, to me, that's when the artist gives their best performance, I think, on a love song. Because you can't sing a love song without putting any feeling in it. I mean, I guess you can, but then it's not really a love song. Just, I don't know what you want to call it then. But if it's a real heartfelt love song, you got to put your heart, you got to put your feeling in it. You have to be one with that song in some kind of way in order to carry it off the right way. And and that's why I feel the artist does their best work on a love song.
Absolutely. And especially if it's a love song that you're writing from a personal place, personal experience, it's even more heartfelt, and I think, hearts can hear that even more so, when it's coming from a personal place. But love songs should be sung in such a way where you either want to be in love again, or it makes you love who you're with that much more,
And you said, they wanted you to write breakup songs. Now, you have songs on the album. It's not really breakup songs, but you can tell in the song that the relationship wasn't going right.
Yeah. And that's the thing, lyrically, you can do that and still have, some level, I guess of class, for lack of a better term, and how you say that it's either over or it's not working out or whatever. I just personally don't like to badger people, in my songs, or I try to put some type of I try to massage it, I guess, in a way where you can tell that it probably didn't work out the best, but this is a grown way of dealing with these emotions. And I'm not trying to slash your tire. I'm not trying to break your window. I'm just saying maybe there's other people that are better for us than we were for each other. And I think that can be done, tastefully, so I try to take a stab at it.
Well, that sounds like a stab at undivided attention. Hey, so I wanted to play that one. So this seems like a good way of bringing it into the fold. So this is off the same album also, And if you want to know, Our opening song is off this album. And so as you can see, I'm playing a lot of songs. This is one of my favorites also. And this is Undivided Attention.
Can we take a walk and talk? Something's on my mind, and I'm trying to find the right words to say that won't push you away or cause you dismay. Here it goes, okay. I'm ready to receive your undivided attention. Don't wanna just be an honorable mention. I'm ready to receive your undivided attention. Don't wanna just be an honorable mention. We spend lots of time together, and I must admit, I've grown really fond of you. Day in, day out, all I think about is how wonderful life would be with you solely loving me. Oh, I'm ready to receive your undivided attention. Don't just be an honorable mention. I'm ready to receive your undivided attention. Don't wanna just be an honorable mention. No. Let me be.
Yeah. Hey. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Honorable mention. Now, that's not really a breakup song. That's getting to know you better song.
Yeah, that's saying, hey, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. I'm kind of liking what I'm feeling, and rather just I kind of want to take it to the next level. I kind of want to go from the basement to the ground floor. Let's take that next step.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's salt and pepper goatee.
Yes, and yes again. Yes. Oh, yeah. When I wrote that song, we were dating because he actually is also, he does all of the beats and everything to my songs. It's just he and I, and when we were dating, and I wrote that song when we were dating, and I think he got the message. I think so
too.
Hey everyone, this is Hill Street Soul, and you're listening to the Baz Entertainment Podcast.
So let me ask you a question. Where did you get the musicianship for the first album?
Oh, that first album, I actually worked with a gentleman out of Detroit named Marley Thompson. And at that time, I used to have this little bitty recorder, this hand, those little small recorders. And so during that 30-day fast, I would record all of the melodies. I knew what I wanted because I can't play, everything. I know a little music theory, but everything I hear, everything I do is in my head. So I just laid it down. I laid everything 1 through 10, literally, on this little recorder that I still have. And Marty and I had met him through another mutual friend, and found out, he was a keyboardist in jazz and so forth. And I said, I would love to be able to take this and put it in a CD format. And so he and I worked on that, and we completed that within about 4.5 months. But it started with this little bitty recorder that I recorded everything. I would hear these backgrounds, I would hear just stuff, and that was the result.
Well, y'all did a great job.
Well,
just you
of
two.
course, there's a lot of stuff that happened in between that, but yeah, it was he and I, and we did that. Marty was very instrumental in. We got some really great Detroit musicians to assist us with that. But yeah, that was me and Marty doing that together, and it was just, I could say to this date, I agree with you, and that probably is one of the best that I've done.
I'm so glad I was able to tap into it, because I didn't hear of it. I didn't know of it until a few days ago, and I was like, wait a second, because I went to your website and it mentioned it, and I said, well, where is it? How come I can't find it? So I'm Googling and everything, and then I finally was able to get it. And I said, ooh, this is a gem right here. Yeah, we had to play something for that. So, I mean, I would be remiss if I had you on and didn't play some of that stuff, because it's incredible. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you for bringing back such good memories. I haven't listened to that in a while. And it's funny that there's a song on there called Quiet My Mind that just 3 days ago, a gentleman DM'd me in Facebook and sent me a little TikTok video of him having that in the background. So I have no idea how he got that song, but he sent me a clip of a TikTok video with him doing something inspirational, and that's playing in the background. So
see, it's getting around. It's still out there. It's in the universe. It's gonna float to the ears that need to hear it.
Well, let's hope, and that maybe inspires me even more to dig that back up and get it remixed, remastered, and polished up, and maybe get that out again.
Well, I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. So I'm gonna play a bonus track off of Love Life Experiences, Volume 2, Driving to Purpose. That bonus track is one. Well, I love waiting on you. Why did you add that extra? Why didn't you just put it with the rest of them?
Well, because at the time I was undecided. That actually was from Possessing the Promise.
Okay.
And so what I said I would do with when I started doing R&B, I said, okay, I'm going to take a track per one track from that Possessing the Promise album, and I'm going to add one of those tracks as a bonus tracks on each of my album. Each album that I do, if I do anything in the future. So the first one was Waiting on You, adding that to Driving to Purpose Part 2. The first gospel project was my LLE Volume 1 had Every Day as I think it was a bonus track, and that was actually supposed to be on Possessing the Promise, but wasn't. So that was my crazy method at the time. Of course, that has since changed, but that's what the intent was, to take a song from Possessing the Promise and adding that as a bonus on any albums that I would do, any R&B albums that I would do.
This is Waiting on You, everybody.
I've been dreaming, I've been seeing visions of where I'm going, what you have in store for me. Seems like a long time, visions been in my mind, yet I hold on to not what I see, but what you promised me. Ooh, I've been dreaming, and sometimes it's frightening. Things that you've shown me, not sure why you chose me. Seems like a long time, vision's been in my mind. Yet I hold on to not what I see, but what you promised me. So I gotta keep believing and pray without ceasing. People may not understand. No matter what the world might say to me or do, I'm waiting on you. Oh Lord, I'm waiting on you. I am believing my season is coming, for I know what you told me. I stand on your word, boy. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I trust you, Lord, and I intend to walk in faith and wait and see. I run on to see what the end's gonna be. And so I gotta keep believing and pray without ceasing. And people may not understand.
I just love your voice. I love the way you twist it and your colors and how you paint with your voice and your phrasing. I love it.
You're making me blush, Troy. You're making me blush.
well, let's ask who were your inspirations that you listened to help cultivate that voice?
I listen to everybody. Honest to goodness, I listen to more males than females. In all honesty, I listened to a lot of Bobby Womack, Sam Cooke. As I said, Nat King Cole, I just played him so much. That was my mother's favorite. And so he lullabied me to sleep at night. But I listened to, I loved the Velvet Smooth crooners back in the day, or folks like, Womack or Lou Rawls, or folks like that really made me feel, I could visualize everything that they sung about, excuse me, because it just felt, it was real. It came from just a real place. I could just feel that. And so I just gravitated to singers who just seemed to be storytellers musically and would draw me in with the pictures. I could get pictures from how they sang what they sang and the way they sang it. But I listened to everybody. Karen Carpenter, I used to listen to Anne Murray. I listened to everybody regardless of genre. So, it's hard to say because I really listened to everybody growing up. I really did. I listened to, and again, it really a lot of more males than females, for whatever reason. But those were some of the influences.
But now you think about it, I guess we around the same age or something like that. If you go back to that time, radio stations were different. They weren't so separated, and you would hear everything on, like in New York, it would be WABC, NBC, CBS, or whatever like that, the AM radio stations. And they would play everything. You would hear, Karen Carpenter and Olivia Newton-John, and then you would hear Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye. Everything would be on the same station.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And so, you were exposed to so many different styles, of music. And that was the beauty of back then. It wasn't, it just wasn't boxed. You just didn't have, I'm going to turn on this station, I'm only going to hear this particular style. I love the vastness of what the DJ world, back then, where you could just hear so much. Manhattan Transfer, I used to listen to them a lot because I loved the harmonies. it just goes on and on. Aerosmith, even, I just listen to everybody. I just love different styles of music. And I love I loved those who they could take something simple and make it powerful. I mean, without doing all the vocal acrobatics, for lack of a better term. But I loved the way that they would, even though I kind of, every now and again, I throw in some things, where I'll do a riff or two or something like that. But I really like those that were just, they could just hold a note and just draw you in by just the way they caressed the note and by the way they massaged it lyrically. It just made me feel a certain kind of way. And still does. There are certain songs now my mind would just drift away by just the way they deliver, but the way they make you feel. So yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I don't know. It feels like we've come so far, but sometimes when you look back at things the way they were before, some of that stuff was better. The delivery of it, I mean, the way it came out, it was more diverse than the way it is now. It seems like we're more segregated in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to music.
Wow. Yeah. When you say that, that's such a good point. I mean, think about the Bee Gees, you were able to listen to so many different types of groups and music and didn't think too much about it. Doobie Brothers, it was all just good music. Mm-hmm. It was all just good music that made you feel a certain kind of way, and nowadays it's so different in that it's almost like they have decided that this is the box of music that we're going to stay within. And you either get with it or not, but this is this is the formula that's keeping our pockets full. And this is what we're going to stay. That's just the way that it seems, to me too. So yeah, I don't know.
But that's why I say thank God for the indie artists, because, I have so many people say there's no good music out there. There's no place, I turn on the radio and I hear this and I hear that and I don't like that and I don't like this. I said, but there is good music out there. There is music that hits those strings and hit those heartstrings that touches you the way you were touched back in the 70s. That makes you feel those certain. It's out there. It's just not being promoted. It's just not being put to the masses, shall we say? So I mean, I'm. That's what made me start doing this. I've been doing stuff like this since the late 90s. I've always been a music lover, and especially people that are not out with the masses. When I hear good music, I'm like, oh, you got to hear this person because this person deserves to be heard.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank God for you, and for there are other DJs as well who really take an interest in the indie market, thank God for you, thank God for you guys that are pushing our music and helping to expose it because in the indie world, it is hard, it is hard to get your music, heard and get it out there and, mainstream, but thank God that there are platforms where you still can have, your music exposed and appreciated and even celebrated in some cases. I know that certainly has been a blessing for me to have DJs, and those who are interested in indie music and those that aren't affiliated with labels. And it's a blessing. It has been a tremendous blessing to me in helping me, not only to here, but abroad. I never would have thought without a label that I'd been able to do what I've been able to do. And it's in part to people like you and others who have taken a strong interest in exposing music of people who are just out there, just trying to do something positive, trying to do something good, trying to do something from the heart. So thank you.
Thank you, Troy. It's my pleasure.
Hey, everybody, this is Yazira, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
And I was going to ask you, if somebody wanted to get a hard copy, are there any CDs that people can buy? Or if they go someplace on your website, is a place where they can purchase it, purchase a download? Because we know Spotify and all them folks ain't really paying no money. So if you want to really, get some coins in your pocket, how can some people help you do that?
Well, currently for albums 2 and 3, those are available on my website. My most recent project, however, won't be available until May the 20th, hard copy. But on August the 1st, all album that I've had over the years will be available on my website for purchase. So yeah, hoping that we'll get people to check it out.
All right. So August 20th, y'all. But until then, you can still get 1 and 2 on the website.
My website. Yeah. www.michonyoung.com.
Let me see. Let's get back to the music. But I just had that question. I had to ask because that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about the music, but we also here to promote it. We're here to make sure that people know and they can get it in their little hands.
And every little bit helps, Troy. So yeah, thank you for bringing that to my attention, and we're going to take care of that to make sure all is well.
Good. So we're going to go, I'm going to play like one song, because we got to get to the latest project. I was wondering on Volume 3, Love, Life, and Experiences, Volume 3, Conversation Piece. Hey, I like conversation, but let's play that one.
Okay. I haven't heard that one in a minute. I'm good with that.
I was between Ready and Conversation Piece. I'm gonna ask the Queen, what you want to hear?
You know what? My husband's favorite is Conversation Piece for whatever reason. So yeah, let's do that one.
All right, this is for Salt and Pepper Bed. This is Conversation Piece, and this is off of Volume 3.
La 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 la. Say, baby, you don't have to go. Stay, babe, can we talk some more? See, I wanna know the guy behind that smile. I wanna know dreams you had since you were a child. I wanna know you inside and out. For to me, real intimacy start with that conversation. The more I know you, the more you know me. Real intimacy, yeah. Start with that conversation, please. Say, babe, can I speak my truth? Don't wanna insinuate that there's no physical attraction to you. I've had my share of moves made prematurely. I don't call it baggage, let's just say that's grown maturing. I wanna know beyond a physical, free intimacy. Start with that conversation, please. The more I know you, the more you know me. Real intimacy, baby. Start with that conversation, please.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all know why her husband like that. That song is bad. That's why. that one has so many elements in it. It has the elements of the old 70s thing. It has the beginning.
I don't know, I think we can make it.
I don't get me singing. Wait a minute. I really think that we can make it, girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, who was that though? Who was that?
I can't think of it right now.
Oh, you're gonna make me find that out. I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of who that was. Oh, shucks.
But how you approached that at the beginning took me to that spot.
Wow.
Wait a second, let me Google to see who made this song.
What is that? What is the name of that? Who did that?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, that is it. Yeah. Who made that?
Hey,
Brad.
have you ever tried really reaching out for the other side? I may be climbing on rainbows.
That's it.
Baby, here goes.
Oh man.
Dreams, they're for those who sleep.
Don't you hear it?
Life is for us to keep. And if you're wondering what this song is leading to, I want to make it with you.
Yeah.
I really think that we could make
Yeah. I heard that in that beginning.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to listen to it again now because man, I haven't heard that song in ages.
Right?
I used to, man, but I'm gonna listen to my song again.
Yeah, and that's by Bread, y'all. You know, we took your back for a minute. It's good to throw that little stuff in there. People are like, wait a second, where are you coming up with this stuff? But yeah, so they know what we're talking about.
I love it. Man, you taking me back to some good radio days, listening to songs that just made you just kind of sway from side to side, you know, summertime roll down your window.
Exactly. See, that is one of them songs that we're talking about. What we were talking about earlier about, you know, we used to listen to in the AM radio stations. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one will be Stevie Wonder or somebody. You know, you would hear all of that.
Yeah, and it was good.
Yes.
It was good.
Yes, it was. So anyway, we got off track a little bit. That's why I like doing this, and then I can edit it later on. I'll take things out, add things on, you know. But that I'm going to keep. I think I'm going to keep
Please do, so I can sway again. In fact, I'm going to play that song. I'm going to put that on my playlist.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on Bass Entertainment Podcast.
So we're going to come to the latest project.
Okay.
Which is incredible, you know. And I love the title, My Love is My Lane. Yeah. What made you think of that? Because somebody was trying to do other things, huh?
I think because I don't want to. People have asked, you know, over the years about some other things as well, other stuff, you know, doing other things, and some people ask me if I'm going to, you know, my gospel folks are asking me, you know, you're going to venture back to gospel and so forth, and so my answer to myself is just love, you know, love of from a spiritual standpoint, love of God, love of family, love of self, love of marriage, love is my lane. And that's what I want to stay within. That's what my music is all about. And I just wanted to kind of stamp that more or less to myself, to remind myself, regardless, keep it in love, do it in love. And that's the lane that I'm going to stay in, that I choose to stay in. And that's what I'm going to stay in. So it was more or less probably just confirmation to myself, to remind myself, this is the lane that you're going to stay in. And that's the lane I'm most comfortable in. So, yep, and that's the short answer.
And if I have to, if you ask me, that's the lane I want you to be in.
Wow, thank you, Troy. I'm gonna stay there too. I'm gonna stay there as best I can. I do write about social stuff. I throw in some things, but it's all done in a way that hopefully just showcases love.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay there.
Like what's that song in 2020 that you came out with? It was kind of like a social conscious song. Colorless Tears.
Colorless Tears.
That's it.
Colorless Tears. Colorless Tears. That was on the very first project. Yeah.
Yep.
Colorless Tears. Yeah, that was an interesting place when I wrote that one. Something had happened on the news, and it was such a division because I remember I think it was in Texas, and I think there was a gentleman who had killed a number of officers. And, a majority of them, I think, were white officers, I think. But to make a long story short, there was such division on social media. There were some people that saying, oh, good, and, good for them. And other people, wow, it was just division on both sides. And I'm like, wow, as I look at this, I see, officers, what, regardless of the color, when they went to their job that day, this now has destroyed their whole life. Their families are all impacted by such a senseless act. And how can you not, cry for both sides, for all people involved? And it really made me feel a certain kind of way. And I remember the very night that I wrote that, watching the news saying, how could people say good for them? Good for people that have lost their lives from somebody that's just mad. Mm-hmm. And it made no sense to me. And that's what that song really reflected for me, is that, I cried, colorless tears, for everybody involved in this situation. At that moment, for that particular instance, it wasn't about race. It was about innocent people. When I watched the families, who were crying and just devastated by the loss of, their loved ones, the police officers, I just felt a certain kind of way about that. And so I wrote about it and expressed it in song format. And that's just the way that it came out.
Well, you know what? Since we talked about it, we got to play a little bit. We just go play a little bit. Because, people say, what's it? They talked all about it and didn't even give us any of it. So I'm going to just give you a little bit, okay? This is Colors Tears.
Call me deceive, call me what you will, doesn't think. So the news the other day, read the paper, it's the same thing. People full of anger, full of rage. Why and how did we get that way? As I thought about all that's been done, as I thought about my only son, living in a world full of hate, his daddy didn't raise him that way. I begin to cry. Tears stung my eyes. I realize the tears I cried, colorless tears, so real, so clean, for every race of people far and near. None of us wanna live in fear. Colorless tears, so real, so clean.
Yeah. You put your heart into every song, and I love it. and you know it's coming from a pure place. You know, just when anybody put their child in it, you know it's coming from a pure place. You know.
Yeah, I threw the baby in that one, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah. It really did come. But I was all in my feelings on that one. You know, and that was then. That was before all this other foolishness came about over the last few years. So but yeah, for whatever reason, it just hit me a certain kind of way. And my therapy is writing about it, writing it out. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of those when we was talking about the social conscious, but it's still love, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
it's still love. It's still a love, you know. And sometimes people, you know, nowadays, you know, they want you to choose who you're going to love or not be loved by them, you know. It just seems this day and age, you know, people want to tell you they want to mandate who you're to love. And if you don't, then they don't love you, you know. So yeah, love more than ever. However, people try, you know, want to express it, you know, in the arts is needed to calm the temperature down, you know, around the world. And musically, we can do that, you know, especially as indie artists. Whatever corner of the world we're in, we can do something, create music or sounds or lyrics or whatever to help lower the temperature, you know, because it's high, you know, it's high in every pocket of the world right now with just tensions everywhere. And music has that way of doing something to the heart and soul where it really can. And I just may be naive enough to believe that it's so powerful that perhaps it can help lower, you know, the temperature down in the world right now.
You know, anybody that is proof of that, it would be like Stevie Wonder. You know,
Man.
He put out some songs that changed the world, you know, that, you know, got people from apartheid to Martin Luther King to, you know, Love's Anita, Love Today. I mean, all these songs that he's put out that has changed people's way of thinking about a situation.
Right. Just with his pen and using his gift, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you've got you know, artists in the larger scales, you know, that are really out there you know, promoting a lot of the social conscious efforts that were done back in the day. You know, Aretha Franklin, all of those people, you know, they were a part of movements. You know, the lot of the artists back in the day were a part. You know, Harry Belafonte, they were a part. The music was a big part of every movement. You know, and it would be nice to see that happen again, where the music is a big part of the movements.
Well, even if you say, you know, rap, you know, Fight the Power and all the stuff, Public Enemy and, you know, NWA. I mean, they were part of a movement.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They were part of the movement. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
absolutely. whether you liked it or not, they were a part of getting the attention, out there, especially reaching the young people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we gonna bounce back. We gonna bounce back to the latest album, but we just had to go there. I'm trying to give you a wide spectrum. I'm trying to give you a little bit of everything that Michon has done, and I know we only have a little bit of time, but I am squeezing out as much time as I can. So just to give you all a little, insight on her music. Because, if you haven't heard it before, I just want you to know that it's worth listening to and it's worth sharing. That's how all this stuff goes down. You listen and then you tell somebody and they tell somebody, and before you know, the word is out. So I'm hoping that, from my lips to your ears and from your lips to someone else's ears, and, it just keeps going. So we're going to go to Bounce Back. This is one of the first singles off the latest album, Love Is My Lane.
That's it. First single released in January off the album. Yeah.
Your setback is just a part of a greater plan. Though you may not really understand, just sit back and watch. That heartbreak that left you hurting in an awful place, adding more stress to an already full plate. Just wait and pause. Yeah, you'll bounce back. Gonna be better than you ever thought. You'll soon look back and all you thought you lost. It's necessary. You'll come up. Hard to believe when you're asleep, but close your eyes and see what you can become. What you can become beyond the ordinary. Can't do nothing about it yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, so once I heard that, I said, you know what? And then after speaking to Jay, I said, I got Michon on here because I'm loving her sound. It needs to be promoted. So Jay said, yeah, please do. I love her. So when Jay gives me the stamp of approval, I know it's time.
And I'm thankful to both you and Jay. Honest to goodness, he has been wonderful in helping to promote the album. So I'm very, very grateful and thankful. And he's just a good guy, just a good promoter. And he works hard, for indie artists. He tries to expose the music as best he can. He's doing a great job at it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So years ago when he says, Troy, I want you to, I want you to be the podcast for my artists if you want to do it, he said, because I love what you're doing. I was like, my podcast? He's like, yeah, you're informative and you play the B-sides, you just don't play the hits, you play all the type of stuff that people not ordinarily listen to.
Yeah, he said you were the real deal. He said Troy is the real deal, Michon. He's it's going to be so lively and he's not just one that just promotes all of the new stuff that everybody. He doesn't just ask these canned questions. He's just real. He's just real and down to earth, and yeah, he spoke very highly of you.
I'm honest, honored. I'm like, wow. Somebody said when someone gives you a compliment, just say thank you. You know, it's
Just
hard.
say thank you. You know what? And I am learning how to do that. Well, I'm learning to do that. You know, my comfort zone is back here. So I'm learning how to do that little by little. But I'll get there. I'll get there.
I'm the same way as you. I mean, I know in my heart of hearts that what I'm doing, I feel is good. But I don't know if somebody else feels that way. So I'm always have that little barrier between it. Like, all right, you know, a little question mark. So when I don't know how to take the compliment sometimes because sometimes I feel like it could be better or I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that though. Really, I do. You know, and then I feel people will say that it's almost like, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to respond, you know, to that. You know, I'm a big part of me. I'm honored. I'm obviously honored, but then it's like, wow, you know, wow. Oh, thank you. You know, I just appreciate that. And sometimes it may come across as, you know, some people have fake humility, you know, but it's not that. It's like really, because for one, I'm in awe that you think something that I did is so great or wonderful or moved you. I'm in awe of that, you know. And sometimes I am looking like a deer with headlights when people say that, like, "Wow, you really just said that about something that God gave me." That I'm in awe, you know. And so I don't know. I too struggle with that. I struggle sometimes with hearing, you know, compliments from people when I'm in shows and people want to come back, you know, to meet me. And just I got a call. I remember a month ago, People Bryson's road manager they were in Detroit, and so he called a friend of mine and called me and said, want to invite you to the show. You know, I have 2 tickets for you and your husband. And I'm like, really? You really want me to, you know, I got a chance to meet them for the first time. But I was in awe. I was in awe, like, really? You know, I looked absolutely crazy when I met him because I was feeling just like in awe that you would think enough of me to want to meet me and want me to meet you. So yeah, I feel that. I really feel that.
And like I said, I wish sometimes that I had that personality, like some people have that really just toot their own horn. You know, I don't. You know, maybe I would be bigger, or maybe I would be, you know, in another place if I did have that. But then I wouldn't be me, would I?
Right. That's true. You know, it's even worse when you're around, you know, a group of people who toot that. You're the only one who really don't, you know, toot your own horn. So you're with people who are very confident, and you want to be that way and expressing what they can do and how they can do it and all of that, and be very vocal about it. And then you're kind of sitting back like, you know, yeah, I think I'm good too, but maybe I you know, I don't think I'm as good as they do, you know, because they're able to express and be very confident in it. And it messes with you, at least with me. You know, it messes with me afterwards. 'Cause I'm like, man, I should have spoke up. I should have said this or I should have said that, but that's not where my comfort zone is. You know, I'm not there yet.
I agree. We kindred spirits over here.
I know, right? What's going on? I feel like, you know, I don't know. We're brothers, sisters, some kind of way. I don't know.
Right?
That's it.
And she got Frank McComb on. I had Frank McComb on there about a month ago. We had a good conversation too.
I saw that. I listened to a little bit of that. Yeah.
So, and then you have Frank on your album. Frank is wonderful, and he just gets on. You know, he doesn't mind working hard, and he's all about love too.
Yeah, he is, and I really enjoyed. I met him by way of the same person that you know, inspired me or kind of forced me, for lack of a better term, to do the Gladys Knight song. But he connected us, and we did. Neither one of us, I think. That person had us both do Neither One of Us on the last album that they had. And that's the first time I met when I worked with him. And on this album, I reached out to him afterwards and I was like, hey, I got a track, that I would love to have you on it. I just worked well with him that first go round. So he, thankfully he agreed. And it was good to work with him again.
Hey, this is soul jazz recording artist Frank McComb. Y'all check out my man Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast, Listening Experiences for the Indie Artist Aficionado.
One of my other favorite songs on the latest project is Lovely. Now, is that the latest single? Is that the single after Bounce Back?
Yeah, it is. That was because the album was just released on the 26th of April. So that is the second one is being promoted, that and Pool, but that one primarily is being promoted. And that came from a real place too. That was a real place of me thinking, man, it's time for me and my husband to take a vacation. We haven't been anywhere in a while. And it would be so lovely for us to get away and just do something fun. So that came from a real place too.
And I just love it. And it makes me want to go someplace lovely. So check this out. This is the latest single. It's called Lovely, y'all. Excuse me. And it was one of my favorites. Matter of fact, I featured it as one of the songs of the day because I just loved it that much.
You did, and thank you for that. When I saw that, I was like, oh, because that is my husband's favorite off of the album. Absolute favorite. After he plays that a lot. So
I agree with him. I have 2 asterisks next to it. So this is Lovely, y'all.
Oh, oh, oh. Can you imagine a summer breeze, violin, wind blowing, palm trees? Would it be so lovely? Would it be so lovely? Would it be so lovely? Yeah. Would it be so lovely? Would it be so nice? Would it be so nice? Picture that sight. Would it be so nice? Can you imagine under a sky midnight blue, Chardonnay, stuff fillet, me feeding you? Would it be so lovely? Would it be so lovely? Would it be so lovely? Just a stroll. Would it be so lovely? Yeah. Would it be so lovely? Would it be so nice?
Yeah, it would be lovely, y'all. That's nice. That's my song. I love that song.
I'm glad to hear that. I do kind of, when I'm on treadmill, that's kind of what a song that I can vibe to a little bit.
Makes you want to make you do a little 2-step.
Yeah.
You're not gonna work up a sweat, but it'll make you move a little bit.
Just a little bit. I keep it right here. I just keep it right here. Yeah, I just keep it right here.
As my mother used to say, make you do a little shimmy. Oh my God. It has been so great talking to you.
Wow. Thank you, Troy, for having me. This has been fun. It has really been fun. And my lights did not go out. The power did not go out. So that's even better. It was meant for me to talk to you.
I know that's right. I wasn't worried about it. I know God was looking out for us. He said, no, we don't let no power go out. We're going to keep it on and keep the lights on and everything. Let's get this thing moving and flowing.
Yes, yes, yes. And he worked it out, and I'm thankful. This has been so much fun, and you are such a great host, and I love the time that you take to just get to know the artist. You know, it's more than just an interview. It is just a good conversation. And thank you for allowing me to appear on your platform, and I appreciate your support.
Oh, my pleasure. And please don't be afraid to come on back.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because I think you said we're kindred. I mean, you know, we're here on a lot of different things. So
Exactly.
yeah. You kind of in that stuck. I'm stuck with you, and you stuck with me now, mode. So I'm just hoping you know that.
Hey, I'm all with it. It's good with me. You know, you said the other song was Pull.
Yeah, Pull. That's the other song that I wrote. And I wrote that for my mission, real quick. My mission is I have 2 more single girlfriends that are out there. I've helped to marry off 3. So I've got 2 left. And so I wrote about their experience, and you know, in fact I told them that it was for them. But this song is about finding the right heart, you know, nothing superficial. Because sometimes that's what we look at the most, you know, is what is it that you have externally and not necessarily internally. And so I wanted to focus on, you know, kind of a single person's anthem, a lady's anthem, but more or less with finding the right heart, you know, finding what it is up in here for me. And so that's what that song is about. It's a little fun, little something from a single friend.
And you being a matchmaker.
And me being a matchmaker, because I'm Cupid. I'm trying.
Well, we're gonna end the podcast with Pull. But before, in case you didn't know, you know, we've been on here for 2 hours, and if you didn't know who we were talking to, we've been talking to the beautiful, the talented, the producer, writer, excuse me, songstress, Miss Michon Young. Yeah. And I hope you as a listener have been enjoying our conversation as much as we have had having it. And please go to her website, purchase a CD, support independent artists. They are doing what they do out of love, and show them some love back. Okay. I mean, whenever I get the chance, I'm buying a CD, I'm buying merchandise. I'm trying to support as many indie artists as I can, because I want them to continue to do what they're doing. What they're doing is needed. You know, we need this type of music. We need love music. We need music that fills our soul, not superficial music. And I want you to check out, like I was talking about previous podcasts. If you haven't heard any of those podcasts, be it from Frank McComb or Jennifer Holliday, they're all still on the Bass Entertainment website. You can go there and you can check out all 104 episodes. This is the 104th episode. And it's at www.bassentertainment.com. And we also have a YouTube channel. Soon, all the podcast episodes will be on YouTube if you want to go to my website, because it pops up and asks you to join the mailing list. You can go to YouTube and you can watch all the videos there. They're going to be in video form, but it won't be a video. It will be the audio, a video of the audio, you know, with some pictures or something. But you will be able to listen to the whole podcast on YouTube. So yeah, go to YouTube, go to Bass Entertainment, or go to any of your podcast platforms, be it Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, Amazon, wherever you listen to your music or you listen to your podcast, we are there. So check us out. You know, check out some of those other podcast episodes, and check out the 100th one we had with Miss Lettucey. That was so much fun. So check that one out. You know, and that was our 100th episode and 3-year anniversary. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I'm so glad to still be here and doing it, and being people are listening to this podcast in over 50 countries, and I'm honored, and I've been blessed. So let's continue to love one another. Let's continue to support one another. Let's continue to lift each other up. And let's continue to spread the word that good music is still out there. And let's continue to say thank you to Michon Young.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for all you do, and to all of your listeners. Appreciate the support.
My pleasure. And until we meet again, which we will do. And when you have a show, when you start doing some shows around the U.S., I'm going to make sure I pop my head in and say, "What's up, girl?"
I will have a ticket ready for you.
Thank you. So once again, y'all, peace and love. And until next week, this is Pull.
Hey there, Cupid, got a favor to ask. I'm looking for that someone. Are you up for the task? I'm ready to love. I've done the work on me. I'm ready for all the feelings that love can bring. Oh, pull that arrow, help me find the right fellow. That arrow, hard as can be. That arrow, help me find the right fellow.
Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tanqueray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yazira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey J.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca J.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is Basis Hubert Hughes the Fourth.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, wait a second, this is Noel Gordian.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.